HardRockChick, and I'm here with Frank from Suffocation. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good.
A little rough in the voice, but I'm doing well.
All right. So you guys recently released a new album, Pinnacle of Bedlam.
Yes.
Can you tell me, in the course of your career, what this record means? Like, what does it represent for you?
I mean, it's just, we like putting out, new material whenever we can. So, pretty much Terrance wrote most of this album along with Derek and, Guy as well with some input and everything. I didn't add too much to this album, just like some creative stuff, but I didn't do a whole lot of the writing on this album. But I don't know, I guess it's just more or less like an accomplishment of another album.
Okay. And you guys' sound has been really consistent over the years. Always very angry. Like, what drives that still to this day? A lot of bands mellow out over time.
Well, if it's not broken, you don't go fixing it. So
great answer.
Exactly. I mean, pretty much, yeah. Like Suffocation, that's just what the band has always been. Really brutal, really heavy, and we don't want to change, for anything. Try to streamline it or nothing like that. That's the way the band was started, and that's the way the band will end.
So, when you go about writing, what do you do to get inspired? What gets your creative juices flowing?
I don't really do too much in my creative juices. I don't know. It's so hard at this point too, because we wrote so much material that just to come up with new ideas and everything and new lyrics and things like that, it's always it's not as easy as it used to be, But I don't know. Like we just whatever comes and feels good. Terrance does the majority of the writing, so. He just goes nuts. He just locks himself in his room and he plays. Yeah.
In the closet.
Yeah, he just goes crazy. So.
So, how would you say, if it has, your fans have changed over the years?
Well, at this point now, there's a broad spectrum of the fans now, because you got the young kids that they were never there at the beginning of Suffocation because they were too young. And then, you still have the old diehard fans, that have been around since the very beginning. So we definitely got a range of, from 14 years old all the way up to, 45, 50 years. So it's a big range.
So the last time that I saw you was a little Scion-related show in Hollywood.
Yes.
How do you feel about brands like that getting into supporting metal bands? Like, we have Rockstar doing Mayhem Festival and things like that. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's cool, it's good to see, companies taking an interest in something that may not be necessarily thought of as completely, totally acceptable as it was, because a long time ago, as we all know with metal and death metal and things like that, it didn't get radio play. It wasn't in front of people. It was kind of shunned away. It was this music's evil. It'll make you do bad things. You're going to do drugs or whatever, this, that, and the other thing. And I don't know, last time I checked, you can listen to any type of music and do whatever, whatever you want, pretty much. So if you're going to get messed up, this, that, and that's any music. So nowadays, though, with the satellite radio and things like that, it's definitely pushed it more to the mainstream, and it's cool to see big companies like that basically supporting it, taking an interest.
For sure. What would you say is something that people would be surprised to know about you?
No, everyone already knows I'm a little crazy. Surprised to know. I guess I can't really sing karaoke.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you sang that shit.
No.
Wonderful.
No.
Was there a recent karaoke outing?
No, this is on the 70,000 Tons of Metal.
Oh, I went on Barge to Hell, so I experienced the late night metal karaoke thing.
And I blacked out. I don't remember any of it.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
that's usually a sign of a good night, right?
Right.
He doesn't remember jumping on me about 40 times and power bombing me with elbows and
Oh,
afterwards, and then he went back and sang some more. So
yeah.
it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank,
Yeah.
full fact. You know it.
That's my dog.
So, I've witnessed you speak out about the Second Amendment between songs. I'm a Texan. My father's actually involved in the gun business.
Right.
Could you maybe share a few of your like broad thoughts on maybe what's going on right now with changing legislation and whatnot, or potentially?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just ridiculous because, again, you know, it's a constitutional right that we've had ever since this country was basically born. And I truly, firmly believe everybody should have the right to bear arms. Everybody should, you know, be able to you know, if that's what they want to be able to do, they should be able to have the right to do that. I think it's just ridiculous because of an incident where some crazy, you know, dude went nuts and went and shot up the school and everything like that. So you mean to tell me if you're going to make strict gun laws, this, that, and the other, the only thing strict gun laws do is they take the guns out of the hands that are law-abiding citizens. So
Yep.
that's the way I look at it, because a criminal is always going to get a gun no matter what, because they don't care. But if I just want to be able to say, you know what, hey, I want to protect my family, and, you know, for whatever purpose or anything like that, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I want to go in there. I want to do it the legal way, the right way, register it, this, that, and the other thing. So that's all it's going to do. And I don't know, you know, like, I don't think you can, you know, you can mess around with something that too many times, because from what I remember, one of the reasons that we had the right to bear arms was because the English came over and they tried telling us what to do again.
Mm-hmm.
And look what happened. That didn't go out too well, did it?
No.
So.
Great. So when all is said and done and you look back on your career, what's one highlight that you want to be remembered by? If you had to pick one.
I don't know. I mean, I would just say probably just the beginning of the band. You know, like starting it. You know, because we never thought it would get to the level that it got. It was just, we were in high school, a bunch of guys that got together that were friends and this, that, and we put a band together, and all we wanted to do was play brutal music, and here we are 20-something years later. So, I mean, I would say probably, you know, that was like the main, yeah.
That's great. And what can we look for the rest of the year from you guys?
Well, I'm gonna do as much as I possibly can. I really can't tour full time anymore. But the guys are going to Europe right after this tour with John Gallagher from Dying Fetus. He's gonna do the singing and everything. I'm gonna be doing like a week in South America later on at the, you know, over the summer, and then, you know, spot shows and things like that. And who knows? But we'll be out there, you know, playing a new album.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to the show tonight.
You're welcome.